Just before we start, I just wanted to mention one thing quickly. Helos & Co. and Sporting Club Helos are independent missions. They're both run solely by myself. So if you could like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, it would mean the world. Check out helosandco.com. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Because it's hot, real hot there.
Yeah. I'd be keen as, bro, to like go there, Tonga, Fiji, Cook Islands.
Yeah, that'll be hectic.
New Caledonia even. Just tick off like all the islands for like 2 months, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just live that life.
Bro, that'll be a mad experience, eh?
Yeah, I want to do it, bro. Because, like, bro, to be honest, I'd met, like, maybe 5 Samoans up until, like, I started Helos. Like, Like, doing the pods, bro. Now,
5.
bro,
That's crack up.
Now, like, to be honest, like, I'd say, like, I've hundreds of people, right? Samoan or Tongan.
Yeah.
Bro, every time I talk to them, I just fall more in love with the idea of, like, going over there, learning a bit of Samoan. And also being able to talk to people over here in Samoan. Because I feel like people appreciate if you put in a bit of effort.
Oh,
even
yeah,
just like,
definitely,
hi, hello.
bro. It'll be crazy.
You. Yeah, in Thailand, bro, like I've been 2 or 3 times now. Fuck, I'm going to keep all this in. We'll just go from here. Bro, I've been Thailand. I go back there in 10 days, but I've been Thailand like 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
And bro, the kokung ka is like, thank you. And they just appreciate that like so much that like you've learned a word. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I want to try and do that with more languages.
That's mad if you learn Samoan too, because, you know, it's funny. People do appreciate it, definitely, because when you're not from the culture and, you know, you learn it, you obviously showed some sort of love for it, interest in it. Yeah. And then on top of that, you got people that are like plastic like me that you know, are Samoan but haven't learned it, and it's like even more, it's more shine on you, you know? It's like, yeah, you got like cunts like us running around like Samoan, you know, when fucking Samoan's playing in the league, we're like, yeah, 685, but we can't even have a fucking conversation in Samoan.
I'm the same with Italy, bro. I'm plastic.
Yeah.
I met heaps of Italians in Europe. And they start speaking to me. I go, I know what you're saying, but I got to reply in English. I'm able to have, bro, my dad has it with my nonna. It's like they cross between like the languages when they're speaking to each other.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm able to listen to, like someone talks to me in Italian, I'm able to go, yeah, like I'll reply in English, but you're not getting me replying in Italian. So I was able to like pick up on what like people are saying.
It's so funny you said that because my papa and that are like that, eh? Like when my mum and that.
Yeah, they cross
my
between
aunties,
languages.
they
freaks me out.
Speaking Samoan and then into English and then Samoan, and it's like, it's actually quite beautiful when I hear it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Can you speak Māori?
Nah, not even that. I don't even know how to say a swear word in Māori. It's just kia ora, hello, and then fucking ka kite, bye, and then I'm plastic as with that. And my Māori family, so my dad's family, a lot of us. So when you break down Māoris, there's like the 3 where they are. Maybe there's 4 types. The first type there is there's the Marae Māoris. So the Marae Māoris are like the Māoris, and they have, you know, they know their backgrounds and all that. A lot of us know our backgrounds, but they're just like hearty Māoris, you know, like Māoris at the Marae. And then you've got city Māoris, which are like my dad's family and that. So we're like city Māoris. So we're Māoris, we still know our background and that, but at the same time, like, you know, I don't like going up there in my gumboots and going to Marae and stuff. Like, I'm just a city boy. And then we got the ones that are in churches and that are religious and that. So they're whole like, there's 3. There's 3 different types. That's what I see anyways, where it's like, so the city boys, you have the ones that, the way I say it is the city ones, you have the ones that like have guns and that in the street, you know, and some of the ones that are on road in New Zealand and that city Māoris. And then, you know, and the gang members and that. And then you got the Marae Māoris that are sort of like bush Māoris as well, where they got guns and that, but it's to kill pigs and shit, you know what I mean? And then the church ones are just like, a lot of them are just recovered from either the Marae Māoris or thing, and they just, you know, follow whatever God they want to follow.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, eh?
Yeah, because as Māoris, we actually had our own gods and stuff like that, you know? So I've been thinking about
kind of like the Greeks?
Yeah. So everyone has their own gods, and then that's why, you know, certain Māoris disagree with a lot of other Māoris that are Christian or whatever, you know, Muslim and that. But sorry, it's that whole little story, but yeah, my dad's family and that, they're all city Māoris, and they're like the real hood ones. So when I go to...
Like South Auckland?
No, not even South Auckland. So they're all from Beach Haven on the shore. So the thing with the shore over there is that it's like the richest place, right, in Auckland, is what they say. But when you go to places like Beach Haven and Northcote and Glenfield, those are the suburbs, like the poorest suburbs in the richest area. So that's how my dad always explains it to me. It's like, we came from the richer side of town, but we came from the poor side. Yeah. And the thing with coming from a place like that is, even when I was living over there, I lived over, like, growing up a few years, like I lived there for 2 years and da-da-da. Even just staying over there, when you go talk to other Polynesians and that, and they go, you know, where you from, da-da-da, you go like, I'm from the shore, you end up having a fight usually. And it's because they, you know, they think, oh, you're a fake poly then, you know, you're a rich poly. And then other than that, when we're on the shore, all the white kids and that are up there, you know, they look at us like, oh, you fucking, like, you broke cunts, you know, so we fight them as well. So I always say that story to my boys, because I got heaps of boys that are from out south and out east and that. I always tell them, I'm like, bro, like, we have to fight cunts like you and fight, you know, the people that are in our own, the own side of town, you know, we don't, but it's like that saying, like, too brown for the white kids and too white for the brown kids sort of thing, you know, so we're used to fighting a lot over there.
Now, sorry, we haven't done a proper introduction. I'm here with Juwan, and as you can tell, the way he talks about, like, issues socially, geographically, whatnot, obviously plays on his mind. The way he's able to articulate himself is quite beautiful, because, you're around my age, eh? How old are you?
99, baby.
Yeah, 2000.
Sure, you 2000.
6th of January 2000. First week of New Year.
You're hustling, G.
Bro,
You're hustling.
You're 99.
Yeah, nah, but you're hustling.
Oh, you're young ass.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna make it, kid. Nah, that's mad, G. Straight, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did have a feeling we're the same age though. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were a bit older, to be honest, because the way you talk about things.
Oh, sure, bro.
Yeah.
I'm pretty immature though when it comes to other stuff, eh? Like, fuck.
But yeah, one of my favorite rappers. Honestly, when it comes to my favorite songs out of Australia this year, I have his and which goes by the name of Vent. Oh yeah.
Yo.
And you know what the other one is? Like, shout out to him, is Jazz Nobody on the Low.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, fuck.
The bro's man, eh?
Bro, that mix of like Aotearoa, New Zealand, and Australian, like the hip hop mix, the culture mix, bro.
Yeah.
Such a perfect mix for hip hop. But yeah. Welcome to Helos and Homies, brother.
All right.
It's been a minute, eh?
Thank you for having me, eh?
I
was excited for this.
Bro, it's been a long time coming.
I was telling how I was excited for it, eh?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I think it was just because seeing all your content in that. Seeing all your content, and then the other thing was fuck, I forgot who it was, but someone asked you, hey, like, who do you think's next in the music scene? And you said me.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck, straight up. Bro, and I was like, yeah. But you called me Juwan, G.
Yeah,
so I was like,
bro,
oh, no. But I was like, all good. Who cares? It's about what the bro said.
I reckon you need to put it in
I
your
do,
bio.
eh? Oh, if I could put it in, like, the pronoun part on Instagram, you know, in the pronouns, fuck, that would be mad.
They, them, Juwan.
Juwan.
Yeah, bro, like, I found you. So for those listening, he's signed to How, and How was on Helos and Homies before. But yeah, bro, I found you through How.
Yep.
And but I didn't realize I'd already seen you before until I was telling you earlier. Like, when I went back and did my research, I'd seen when you first started on Facebook doing freestyles and like challenges.
Yeah,
such was the movement back then.
Yeah,
it was mad, eh? When like a beat would go out and people would hop back. I remember Chill Bill. What's that one? Fuck.
Chill Bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
thank God
yeah.
for him. Yeah, that was like one of the beats back in the day, and I was like, when I saw yours, I was like, bro, that era was so beautiful.
Yo.
Man. It was mad.
Yeah, it was
people
hectic.
hopping on stuff. But yeah, found yourself through How, and then yeah, bro, Vent was just like,
Sure, brother.
yeah,
it is one of my favorites. Eh, I like that. What's the way to? I love my conscious music because most of my stuff's conscious, but like,
yeah,
it's like the piano in that, eh? Just sitting there and listening to it, like rapping over it, you know, like that's my shit. But that's why, I need to grow out of it, eh? Because I feel like I can kill that stuff, but like when it comes to like hit type songs and that, or like upbeat songs, I struggle with them a little bit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah,
Conscious music lives forever.
Yeah.
Whereas hits might only live for a year or two.
Yeah, I get you. That's a good one.
Because, bro, like, put it this way, Fez, who we were speaking about earlier, Fez's songs still get played by me.
Yeah, bro.
There's hits I used to listen to in 2018, 19 that I've deleted from all my playlists and shit like that. Like the mainstream hits, because I can't be, I got sick of them.
Yeah, that's
you know what I
mad.
mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like Fez, you listen to Take 1 and Take 2 and you're like, that shit never gets old.
Oh, fuck yeah.
At 4:30, never
Take
gets
2.
old, eh?
Take 2 was the first one I heard from him, I think. Take 2, and then that's actually how I found me. So Take 2, how it's got the instrument instrumental in the end. I rapped over it and I did a video. And I don't know, we actually haven't talked about it too much, but I don't know how it happened. But I posted it, and I think that's how he found me, and then ended up reaching out. We started talking, and then I was like, fuck, I was gassed ass. I was like, holy shit. And I was living in New Zealand at the time. And then, so I moved to New Zealand. The reason why I was living over there is because I moved back there, because I go back and forth, but I moved there to do more music. And then that was when the Aussie scene started picking up. And I was sitting there thinking, fuck now. Like, because being from over in Australia, then looking over to New Zealand, there was a lot of artists in New Zealand that I wanted to collab with. And they were like, for me as a poly looking over there, it was like they were making noise in New Zealand. And it was like, I need to go to New Zealand. I went to New Zealand, I was making music over there. And then while I was there, that's when everyone started dropping music properly, and the scene started building in Australia, like for real, for Polynesians especially. Yeah. And then that's when I was like, fuck, I moved here. And then fucking that's happening over there. Now I gotta move back. But I moved back because of how, and I already had my family, like my mum and dad, staying in Gold Coast and that still. So I was like, oh, okay. Instead of moving to Sydney, maybe I'll just go move back in with my parents over there, and then I'll just fly down. Yeah.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's the story of how the bro found me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. So it was Fez, basically, you know.
Shout out Fez, man. I know you're probably not listening, but if you are by any chance,
fuck yeah.
Just know that two people, like, bro, because Fez was the first guy I shot for Helos. Like, we just did a photo shoot, anything, and bro, we got along like a house on fire. Because he's Turkish, so like, there was that, we were able to talk about like growing up in like European like settings almost. Like, there was kind of like common ground straight away. And then from there, like, we just became friends, and obviously just listen to him like rap, and it's poetry. It's not even rap, right? Like, it's similar with Vent. It's just the same thing. It's just like, and we just got along so well because I have such an appreciation for it.
Yo.
And then,
he's the man, Avo.
Oh,
like,
bro.
Instant family vibes when I met him. And then the one thing I think about is like, fuck, I'm like glad I didn't get on that cunt's like drill side, Like, I'm glad I was on the side of like, I'm your bro. You know what I mean? Because I've heard him say stuff like, without saying any names, I just heard him say like, bro, I really like that cunt, but as soon as he and done this, now I'm gonna have to smash him when I see him. And I'm like looking at him like, fuck, what? But then like, and then with the music stuff, he's just so creative, bro. And he's like, I'm the same as you. I'm just like a fan. You know, he's like one of my favorite rappers. And yeah, just big ups to the bro. Definitely,
he's the best. Straight up. Speaking of like conscious music, bro, these are my favorite bars, and for good reason. So I've spoken about like, do you follow the footy? Yeah, you go for someone weird,
On the footy? Yeah. Weird. Who did you go for? The Warriors?
Nah, fuck. I thought you went for like Dolphins or something,
I thought you were talking about the Warriors. Nah, so here's a funny thing.
The Waz, man.
I'm a bit, shout out the Waz. I'm a bit of like a fence hopper, because
whoever's
I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to say it right now because the Broncos has always been my team, Broncos has always been my team. And I went to school with Payne Haas and that too, so I like watching the bro. I'm like, fuck, man, like, yeah, crazy. But it's my Kiwi side, that just loves the Warriors. And the fact that the Warriors done good this year, it was only because I always go for the underdog, like, so the Warriors, fuck, they've been so shit my whole life. And my dad was a big Warriors fan, but even he, like, you know, the emotional stress that it puts on you being a Warriors fan. I know who's Warriors fans will relate. But yeah, like, so this year when everything was going well, I was like, they're the underdogs. No one thinks they could do it. I actually had a lot of faith in them to do it, you know, and it wasn't their year, but at the same time, it was like, it was good bringing our people together to actually be proud of something, you know what I mean? And if that means like not rooting for the Broncos this year, then fuck it, I'll just root for the Warriors. But the only reason why I feel comfortable doing that is because I don't really watch the footy that much. Yeah. So I only watch it when I'm like, certain times, like the past few years, I never watched it, you know, and I might sit there with my dad and that and just like have a thing, or if there's a game at Suncorp, I might go there and watch, you know, but other than that, like, yeah, the past few years I haven't been too into it. This year was the only year that I was like, fucking, I'm going to watch all the games. I'm going with sports bet on every game. Like, yeah. It was good though, because it got me back into footy. The Warriors doing good. Because if the Warriors didn't do good, I probably wouldn't have got back into it. Not saying I don't like footy. I love footy, but like, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, with the Waz, so in 2021, when was it? Last year, 2022.
Yeah.
I was at YKCR interviewing Jordan Simi.
True.
Bro, he's one of the funniest fucking people you ever meet.
True.
Like, bro, some of the shit he comes up with. You know like how Theo Von talks?
Yeah. Oh, is that
very
what he's
similar,
like?
bro? Like his mind just
Sharp?
and just, bro. And then like what he'll say after what he says something outlandish, and then he backs it up with something even more outlandish, and you just think,
Yeah,
like, bro,
fuck, I love those cuts.
But,
I love
bro,
cuts like
he was
that.
there, but the guy that set up the pod and everything was Vintage Jackson, who runs all the Warriors content now. So he left YKTR to go to the Wires and do their socials.
Oh, does he do the socials?
Yeah, with Logan Dodds, a guy called Logan Dodds.
They need a raise.
Yeah,
They need a big raise.
bro, Jacko. There's I've got it on video. Where I say to Jacko, we're packing up from the pod, and I go, oh, by the way, because the Warriors moved over to Australia. I was like, bro, hand on heart, Warriors are my second team. I was like, Penrith have been winning so much, I kind of enjoy watching the Wires, like,
Oh, yeah.
because bro, growing up, Penrith was so shit.
Yeah.
And this sounds so fucked up to say, but there's something to be missed about like being a real underdog.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
bro. Yeah,
And bro, so that was
definitely.
the end of 2022. I was like, yeah, bro, honestly, Wires my second team. I really enjoy like the whole story and like how they came over for COVID and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then yeah, watching them this year and watching Jacko like kill it on the content. Like I messaged him a few times, like, this is mad. Like this is
Bro.
hectic. And it was cool. It was cool to see Warriors like New Zealand come together.
Yeah, definitely.
Because besides the All Blacks, I feel like doesn't really unite the country in the same way like it did for the World Cup final.
Yeah.
But
But even the All Blacks, like, they've been winning. Like, they've been winning most of my life, you know? So it's not really like something like...
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And yeah, the idea that like Sean Johnson could return home at like 34 and like, almost win a
Oh,
premiership.
bro. Fuck yeah.
And like, yeah.
Shout out to him.
Bro,
He's
so
a beast.
crazy. But I've had this clip on TikTok that went viral ages ago. So we're talking about like state of origin eligibility. And I was saying to like the boys when I was talking to them about it, I was like, look, what you got to understand, like growing up, is I grew up in Australia my whole life, never left until the age of, never lived anywhere else, right? Same house. But I was like, my nonno lived in an Italian house on Australian land. So when I walk into that house, everything's Italian, the food's Italian, the cutlery, or everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, so when people talk about Jerome Luai, Bizarre representing Samoa, but not playing playing state of origin, but representing an island, like an island country, and they get the shits that happens. Like you got to understand, bro. There's a difference between like where you're from and actually what you grow up in.
Yeah,
like, you grow up in the culture.
That's crazy. I never thought about that, bro. I think you're actually the first person that said that to me.
Yeah,
And like exactly like that, like what you just said. That's made me sort of understand it even more.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
bro,
Because you're right, bro. Like, fuck, I grew up here, like in Aussie, but in a Samoan house, bro. We're like, fuck, it makes so much sense that you said that,
bro.
Ew.
And like even beyond the house, communities, right? Like Mauni,
Yeah.
it has Pacific Islander shops, like stuff that you get in the islands.
Yeah,
there's a
true.
shop for it, and there's like in Bidwell is a little shopping center for it. But like, bro, so I was saying that to the boys, and they're going, yeah, like, oh, I understand where you're coming from. So that whole idea of like, so I've said before, the most casual racism in Australian sport is when the boys do something good and they're from the islands or they're Indigenous, they're an Aussie. When they're not.
Oh, bro. Don't even get me started on this shit.
So,
fuck.
relating to this, when we talk about conscious music, the man in front of me said the following. In the Herald, you do something good, you're a Kiwi. If not, then they call you a Māori.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that my people are good. We just can't break the habit of hating and trolling, which is
TikTok comments.
Bro.
Motherfuckers.
Bro,
shot, bro.
That's my favorite bar because of it. In music wise, captured everything I thought about like that, right? Like you're an Aussie, and then like you're not when you do something fucked up.
You nailed that lead up, G.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Straight up.
But then, and then the other favorite bar. Now I don't know what nuck means. Does that mean like nothing?
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically like nothing. Yeah.
So we're the real ones taking risk with this, and if you want to quit, just give me one call. They can't say nuck if you're keeping it raw. And now I've talked, but I've still got more.
Yo.
Bro, they're
shot, brother.
my favorite bars of yours by far.
That's crazy,
bro. When like to write that, you have to be writing for a certain amount of time. That just doesn't come to you in the first session. When did you start making music?
Fuck. I think I was 13. It would have been around then. Funny thing, bro. Fuck, I think you're getting the inside scoop, G. Funny thing. There's this artist that was around in Melbourne. He lives in LA and that now. I think it's LA and that. His name's B Mike. Have you heard of B Mike? It might have been a while ago. He was cracking it with like the music and stuff. But I ended up, so when I was like a kid, I think I was 13. It might have been 12 because it sounds like a 12-year-old thing to do. But I ended up taking so he used to put up remixes and that, and what I did was I stole his whole verse, and I didn't rap it or anything, but someone was asking me, oh yeah, send me one of your raps, and I sent his rap to him, right? Yeah. This guy, and this guy, he must have knew it, and then he sent it to B Mike, and was like, oh, this guy's using your verse. You know, and I was just a kid. B-Mike ended up calling it out. Then I just apologized to him. And then, yeah, that was it. But after that, I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm just going to make music. And then I started writing my own music. And at first it was for girls. It wasn't actually for like, to be honest, like it actually was for girls. Like being 100% honest, it was just like, because I was still in school. So what I wanted was girls to look at me and be like, oh, he's writing raps and stuff like that. And they did. Like some of them, but some of them. But yeah, that's why. And then later on in my career, I'm not too sure. I don't know if I'm talking shit right now. Nah, fuck it, I'm not talking shit. But if I've got my memory a bit haze, then be Mike and you're watching this, fucking, you know, comment on the bros video. But I think later on in my career, he ended up sending me one of the videos that I'd done. I forgot which video it was. That's how my mind is. But I know he sent me something and he said, bro, this is mad. Like, this is crazy. Like, keep going. And then after that, because, you know, me taking that verse and that back when I was a kid, it was only because I respected him so much, you know, and I liked his music. And then I got called out and I was like, oh, fuck, this guy like fucking hates me. You know, like, fuck, I look up to this guy. And then, yeah, after that, yeah, he ended up hitting me up. And then now, like, we still talk. Like, he'll hit me up. I'll hit him up, you know, because he's over there. He's doing big things. He's still cracking in the music scene. I think he's independent right now. But, yeah, big ups to him, G. B-Mike, he's mad. I think he's from Melbourne. He's from Melbourne, yeah. And he ended up moving to America. But, yeah, fuck. But, yeah, that's how I started, G. So that's how I started making music. After that, I never stole shit from anyone. I was just like, oh, writing. And I was trash, bro. Like, when you're talking about like those bars there, back when I started onto fucking for ages, bro, like, I feel like with me, I just get better and better, you know? And so I hate sometimes when people say like, like you're so talented, you know, I wish I could rap. It was like, bro, you should see when I started. Like, this is just me. Polished. This is me polished and still polishing myself every day. Fuck, that sounds a bit weird, but like, you know what I mean? Like, everything that I did back then, like, I wish that I could just come in like some of these cunts that come out now and they're just like, boom, they got it. Yeah. You know, because I never had that. I always had to like work on it. It's always hard work. It was never, you know, the reason why I write like the way I write now is because I've made mistakes in my past raps that over the past 12 years or something, you know what I mean? So thinking about it, I actually really didn't have any musical bones in my body, I guess. I just fucking just worked on it. Hey.
Yeah. Bro, the best rappers are split. Some of them don't have a musical bone in their body, and then some are like Skepta and Jamie, and they love instruments their whole life.
Yeah, bro.
Just like Dave, he's a pianist by like trade. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Like Dave learned
by
piano
trade,
before he learned how to rap type of thing.
Yeah.
So there's like musicians out there, rappers who are like that, and then there's people like yourself who just rap and rap and rap, and eventually just all starts to like piece together. You know, it's crazy. But you started like Facebook. I'd say 2016 or even earlier.
Ooh, yeah, it might have been. Yeah. It was.
What year 11? You graduate 2017?
Yeah, I was 17 in 2016. I was 17. Didn't actually graduate high school, but yeah, I think I would have graduated.
Did you go to school?
2017. No, I didn't. Fully missed opportunity. Never went. And then after that, I didn't want to go because I felt old. I was like, you know, like I don't want to be those guys that they're 4 years out and they keep going. Yeah. You know, I was like, I was pretty gutted though. That was one thing. I was totally. Yeah, that's what they call it, totally. I was pretty gutted, G. Like I actually wanted to experience that, but I didn't. Yeah. Too late now. Who cares?
So what, you would have been 16, 17 in that Facebook era?
Yeah. Yeah, that's when it started rolling, eh? Yeah. That's when it started rolling. But before that, because I remember even being like young as and just posting videos on like a little kid, bro, and I'm fucking got my hat on, a squeaky ass voice, and I'm like rapping, G. I did one to "Don't Judge Me" by Chris Brown. Fuck, it was embarrassing. It was like
I remember that album as well.
Oh yeah. I put it out, G, and I was like plays, and I'm like missing you like freaking crazy. Like that's how I rap, bro. Because you know, and like I said before, I was rapping for girls, right? So yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, put this out. This will make them fucking turn their heads. And then every time, I think I deleted it off everything, hopefully. But yeah, some of the boys, like people that know me, and they've known me my whole life, they always bring it up. They're like, listen, you like freaking crazy. And I'm like, fuck off, you guys. But yeah, that would have been like, bro, I would have been like fucking 13 at that time or something. 13? Nice. Yeah. And then after that, but that wasn't on the Facebook page and stuff. So I used to post that on my personal stuff, and then I made a Facebook page, and then because there's some on my Facebook page that if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's one called Changed or something that was posted on my personal page, but I reposted it on my fan page after, I think it was like a couple of years after, a year after or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because I was just posting on my personal profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so it eventually starts popping off with like 64 bars, and then on the block in that, bro, what's that era like back in 2016? Crazy.
Fuck, bro. There wasn't much people, back then. Like, see now, and this isn't any hate towards it too, but now, more people want to be artists and stuff like that, which is cool. But, back in those days, it was there was only a certain few of us that were actually...
It was more original.
Yeah. We're putting out stuff, but it's weird because even when you listen to it, because I went back and forth rapping American accent and then rapping with my normal accent. Boys would say it's shit, and then go American accent. So the 64 bars on that's all American accent stuff. And then, I just switch back and forth, sort of like how I switch countries when I move back and forth, Because I just remember doing Aussie accents and stuff like that. One time with my uncle, bro. I showed my uncle once, and then he was like, fuck that shit. That ain't it. And I was like, oh yeah, sweet as. And I went back to American accent, and then made music 64 bars and stuff like that,
Why do you think people opt to go with the American accent?
Why they tried it, why they do it? It's all influence, maybe if I listened to Cursor growing up, because I didn't really listen to Cursor until I was a bit older. And even now, I still just listen to his new stuff. But growing up, we're influenced by everyone in America. There weren't really any role models and stuff that are here now. So you see how the music scene is now, how everyone, when 1-4 and that came out, everyone rapped like 1-4. It's because they have something to latch on now. Yeah. As opposed to when I was rapping back then, there was nothing for us to latch onto. We were making our own styles based off what we were influenced by. I listened to Big Sean, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, all of them.
Bro, Big Sean, in 2020 released one of my favorite albums, Detroit 2.
Oh yeah. Bro, is that one of your favorite albums?
Bro, I loved it. Have you listened to Full
crazy.
Circle before?
Nah, I don't think so.
So it's got Diddy on it, and Big Sean has these bars. So bro, I'm a kid from Wimberley, right? Not much happened. We got a Coles and football park. That's about it. It's all up middle class to upper middle class people. It's not much. I'd say it's middle class mostly, and but mostly Caucasian. Not much. It's just Wimberley, little old Wimberley.
Yeah.
So for me to reach out to people and make my way through the world, it's takes a while. And the boys I've met, I idolized growing up. Even Ty, bro, in 2019, he's the GOAT of Western Sydney. You know what I mean? Nick growing up was a mad videographer. At skate parks and all that. So Big Sean has this thing where it's he does a song called Full Circle, and it's just about how he was from bagging up Ye to releasing an album the same day as Ye or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's hectic.
Bro,
I need to listen to that.
Yeah. And bro, he just has these bars about how life comes full circle, and you just got to imagine. And then it has Diddy on it, who's lived the craziest life out of all of us. The money that guy's made out of music.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Everyone forgets he's number one, but so clear of Jay-Z and everyone. And in terms of revenue generated.
Yeah.
And bro, just that song and that album together. And he has he has Erykah Badu on the interlude. He has his grandmother talking at one point.
Oh, true.
Yeah, he just has all this shit, bro. It's fucking one of the best albums,
Fucking need to listen to that.
Yeah, and then it has Deep Reverence with Nipsey, which is one of Nipsey's last contributions.
That's the only one I've heard on there.
Yeah.
Deep Reverence.
Bro, and
sitting there fuck. Even the music video and that, yeah.
Yeah.
We when I went there last year to LA, one thing that I did, because we had about 20 people with us that I brought over there. Not paid for, but we brought over there. And then that was one thing I wanted to go do. So we took all of them down to Crenshaw. And then we went and looked at the shop was closed down, which I was pretty gutted at. But there was a mural behind, so we went and looked at the mural and stuff like that. And we were just cruising through the street, banging fucking
Victory Lap album.
Yeah, banging Victory Lap, just fucking cruising through Crenshaw, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is it. If I smoked weed, then fuck, I'd light a blunt right now. But yeah, it was mad. It was a mad experience. But yeah, sorry, I just thought of that because that song.
I don't even know what I was fucking talking about. I think because you brought up Big Sean.
Yeah, Big Sean. Yeah, bro, Big Sean.
But bro, Scribe never.
Oh yeah.
From what I listened to with Scribe, bro, even Savage, I never felt like they put on too much of the Americanized accents. And they arguably the most successful out of New Zealand.
Yeah, but even them, it was like still American though, eh? So even like if we were gonna latch onto them or copy them, it would still sound American, eh? It would still sound. The only other ones that weren't like that is Homebrew. Have you heard of Homebrew?
No, gotta get
Homebrew. Oh fuck, bro, you'll have a fucking field day listening to Homebrew. I already know you'll love them.
Yeah.
Like there's a dude Tom Scott in there. He's actually arguably, but a lot of people will agree in New Zealand that he's like the number one lyricist, and he's at Homebrew, and he was a straight New Zealand accent. So if I listened to Homebrew growing up, then I probably would have rapped like that, which would have been better. But it's just the reason why people don't like it is because it hasn't been done before. Yeah. You know, so like even people like my uncle, my uncle and that, and then and that as well. But my uncle and that, and my mates and that, they haven't heard someone succeed like that. So they're like, or they haven't even heard music like that. So they're like, why are you rapping like that? Yeah. You know what I mean? It only takes one person just to go, fuck it, we're just going to do it. And then, you know, it breaks off.
Yeah.
And Chris was like that, eh? So Chris will rap like that. And I bet, don't know too much about his career, but I bet his whole career people were being like, why are you rapping like that?
Yeah.
You know, rap like us. Rap like Americans.
Bro,
you
he
know?
got blacklisted on everything, Cursor.
True.
Bro, no radios were playing him. No, he got fuck all support.
I see him posting about it, eh? When he posted about it.
Oh, bro, he's a loudmouth. I love him for it. But Cursor is is like an embodiment of Campbelltown.
True.
Like that's Campbelltown. It's loud.
Straight Eshe, just
very Eshe. Yeah. Like there's a suburb, Spaniard walk through it, Aids.
Yeah.
That area, bro. It's like they have 80% housing commission plus.
Fuck.
This is absurd,
man.
That means 4 in every 5 houses is government owned.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then the
fucked.
others that are personally owned, like they're cheap as fuck. Like it's crazy.
Fuck, man. That's crazy.
But
I have to buy some houses down there.
Bro,
gentrify time.
Yeah.
nah.
Tom Scott was his name, was it?
Yeah, bro. Homebrew.
So there's a guy called Alex Jones. You ever heard of Alex Jones? Not the conspiracy one.
No, I was gonna say I haven't. I've heard of that one, but I haven't heard of that.
No,
one.
it's Alex Jones, bro. He's a guy from Melbourne. He's called Dr. Flea as well.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, bro, like anyone within the hip hop community that's listened to him, it's like if you put him in a room with another rapper and say go bar for bar, he'd like honestly murder the whole country. I reckon I can name 5 that go toe to toe.
Fuck, he'll G me up, G. I need to go listen to him now.
But he doesn't make music anymore. No one. He doesn't.
Oh, true.
Bro, he posts maybe once every year if you're lucky.
Bro, he's living life.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know. I think he's just gone back to like being a tradie or whatever. But bro,
true.
Like when he hops on a beat. So he had this one, it's so simple, but he was like, when I see you, you'll end up in the ICU.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Fuck.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
shit like that, bro. You just like, it's so simple.
Oh, so he was like, fuck. And when was this?
No shit like that tall.
True. But when was this? When was he writing bars like that?
2018, 19.
Fuck, true.
Even earlier. When he was Dr. Flea, he had big songs, you know, like Joel Fletcher, Will Sparks.
Yeah.
That DJ era and how they'd get like a rapper on, like that Melbourne sound era.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys on like doing the rapping.
Oh, true.
And he like did pretty well there. But
that's mad.
But he's like Chip in the UK. It's just a matter
Chip.
Bro, you go bar for bar. Fuck. Sorry.
Nah, you're all right.
Oh.
Answer it, bro. We're recording.
Jake. Yo, I'm in a podcast. What's up?
Sorry, bro.
No, you're right. What's up? Do you need a hand sharing it all to your story? You're freaking out a bit?
No, I'm just on my way home to teach me so that when I get home, I don't freak out.
Oh, I'll just give you a call when I'm done. Just do it later. No stress it.
Who's on the pod?
Juwan, a rapper. Should check him out.
Fuck yeah. That's hectic. I will do it.
Yeah, I'll send you his link.
Thanks, brother.
Take care, bro. I'm keeping that in.
Thanks, brother.
Shout out Jake. He was the episode before this.
Shout out, Jake.
He'll love that, bro. He loves
true.
that. Yeah, he'd love that. He loves getting this. Bro, he loves hip hop, but he listens to he loves lyrics, but Jake doesn't know too much about the Australian scene.
Oh, yeah.
He's a gym boy, like bodybuilding guy.
Yeah.
So when I show him like Aussie rappers or like Kiwi rappers going hard, he'll be like, what the fuck?
You'll be the one to show him,
Yeah,
eh?
and he just
I
be
got
like,
picture
bro,
that.
hard as.
Yo.
But he loves grew up on like 90s hip hop. Like that's
true.
That's his jam. Like Mobb Deep,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff. And he loves his real niche shit. But I showed him West Side Gun, I think.
True.
Fucking like West Side.
I actually didn't really listen to the 90s hip hop too much, eh?
Yeah, really.
Maybe-
I'm not massive, bro. I'm not massive, to be honest.
B.I.G. like a little bit. Tupac, my dad, that was like my dad's era.
Yeah.
They still play Tupac in the car, but other than that, I like Biggie more, but it was only because I watched the Biggie movie.
Notorious.
Yeah, Notorious. And then I started like listening to his stuff, and then Sky's the Limit's probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, bro. So my parents didn't listen to hip hop. Like
Yep.
dad's Italian, listens to Italian music. Fucking love my Italian music. Mum's just kind of, mum's like Jack Johnson and all that, like just
Yep.
singers and loves it. So I didn't really grow up on like hip hop, but my sister is 9 years older than me. So when I'm like 9, my sister, I don't know if you used to do it, bro. YouTube to MP3
Yeah,
and you
yep.
download the songs. And so we shared a family MacBook, but she'd have like Big Sean,
YouTube to MP3.
Soldier Boy,
Yeah.
Chris Brown. So I was going to school and I'd be like talking to my mates about these songs. And Jake was one of those boys, actually, funnily enough. They'd be like, yeah, I listen to that as well. And then I got into high school. My sister's end of primary school, and I had one of the first iPods. It had no screen. Do you know what that was? The little clip.
Fuck, yeah. It was
might have
just
been
like a
like a
little
Nano.
thing, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, Nano might have been. Yeah, because I remember.
Bro, I had that, right, in year 6. And I'd fucking, bro, I was listening to, Chip, Big Sean, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And then I hit year 7, and this guy called Callum Brantley actually got 99.9 something ATAR. He's a fucking, bro, he's a genius. Crazy smart, this guy. Anyway, Brantley, we were in class one day, and he's like, check this out. And it was Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh, true.
And then, bro, at the same time, I listened to Big Sean's Control song. And that,
oh, yeah, bro.
and
Fuck yeah.
Kendrick has not a crack. Well, yeah, he says like I'd murder Big Sean on a beat on Big Sean's own song.
Yeah.
And bro, that was like my whole introduction to hip hop there and then.
That's crazy, bro. That's
Yeah.
a crazy introduction. I love that verse.
Yeah, and like, bro, just like
Haven't listened to it in a while though, so fuck, probably can't even remember it.
Yeah.
But fuck, yeah, I just remember the feeling it gave you, you know?
yeah.
Listening to it.
My brother being 4 years older than me, so I was mates with guys that were in years above me, still am, and the art of peer pressure. So like
Yeah.
that song about like driving around in a car, doing dumb shit, it wasn't like so lost to me. It wasn't like such a foreign concept, if that makes sense. Like I didn't live it, but I like sometimes I get lifts home from school and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'd like get lifts somewhere to, like down to the Penrith Plaza and all that, and you'd be like, oh, like fuck, like that can be a reality. Like if one of these boys wants to start a fight or whatever, like all of a sudden I'm in a fight at the age of 14, 15. Like, you know what I mean?
Hard.
Bro, but that era of hip hop, so special to me. So yeah, but I got to Biggie late. I reckon I was like 14 or 15.
I would have been the same. Yeah, I would have been. Oh, actually,
Biggie over Pac all day for
when did
me.
the movie come? Yeah, Biggie over Pac too. I think musically, but then I think as a person, I would have liked Pac more.
Yeah.
But yeah, because he was more the type that's like, and I sort of resonate with a lot of the stuff that he says. You know, he was born in New York and then moved to LA and, you know, started claiming that he was from the West, you know,
Yeah.
and like I was born in Australia and I moved to New Zealand a lot, you know, so there's still that Kiwi side of me. So I sort of relate to that with him. And even just like, sometimes I feel like being fucking a philosopher, you know, and just jumping up and being like, you know, and being an activist and just being like, fucking stop treating my people like that. But now I tread carefully when I use the word my people because I did one of those what's it called? Those ancestry shit things.
Yeah.
And because my dad's side, so my nana's mum was Irish and then, you know, her dad was Māori. But following the tree and through the Irish side, I've got like English like family in there too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my blood is like the colonized and the colonizer, you know? And when I look at, obviously it's been, as, you know, my skin's brown, but like there has been racist times growing up a lot of times. And like even with the bars that we said before, like the Māori thing. But the more I grow up, the more I realize that I'm a product of, you know, being a Māori and being an English and Irish person and a Samoan. It's only what I identify as, I guess, you know. And when I think about like my bloodline and where my ancestors and that come from, you know, it sort of reminds me that I'm not just Māori and Samoan, you know. I'm English as well. You know, I can't come out here. And then when I say my people, I don't really... Now I'm at the point in my life where I don't really care too much about... Not saying I don't care about my people, but I don't care about saying stuff like my people because I feel like we're all just people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I still think there are things in the system that go against certain types of people. But I think it's the mindset change, because I've just got that mindset now where I've like got no excuses for myself. So when it comes to like any obstacles that people talk about, especially for our people, like all Māoris and Samoans and that, they talk about obstacles and that we have, I just like look at them and I'm like, I don't have any obstacles in my mind for myself. So I can't look at you as a Samoan or a Māori and think, okay, you've got an obstacle, because I think anyone could do whatever they want. Yeah, it's hard to explain, I'm trying to explain it without fucking getting cancelled, But like, that's just what I think. I just think that I've got no excuses. There's people that have no legs, that are hitting the gym today. Like, fuck, what am I complaining about? What is? Okay, we got smoked. There's Maldives, we got smoked. It's funny too, because even as Irish people got smoked too. So it's like I'm a slave twice when you think about it. Twice, and then you got my Māori side and Samoan side, so fuck, that's 3 times. Yeah. But at the same time, English blood in there, I was a colonizer as well. My ancestors were, so I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but just knowing that about myself and where I come from, I sort of like, because when you grow up looking like me, you sort of get pushed towards the point of like you blame white people for everything that they've done, and then I've got heaps of white mates. I've even got a white family that I love, and like I've got a step grandma, yeah, that's what they would call it, step grandma, like my dad's step mum, I guess, but she's white, she's fucking they're white Kiwis, and like I love them, and I can't how could I say I love them and then come out here and be like, white people always treat us like this, and I hate white people, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense, bro. But it's been forced. I think it's been forced upon us, to think like that. Whereas I don't think like that.
The easiest way to unite people is a common enemy.
Oh yeah, definitely. And divide and conquer. It's easier to take. It's easier to keep certain people, like say Māoris or Samoans, and that. It's easier to keep them locked down if they're blaming everyone for what's happened to them and for how their life is. You know what I mean? Like, if I sit there and just had excuses and blamed everything, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be signed to How forever ever and signed to Sony, So, like, when I think about that, it sort of like pushes me more towards like, there's no excuses, And I've got family members that are like, that's saying, this is just the way I am. That's just the way I've always been, And I'm just like, it's like the shittest thing to hear. It's like, no, that's the way you think, bro. It's not the way you are. Yeah. Fuck, just went on a full rant of like fucking ancestry.com. My bad.
Bro, I wanted to bring up a bar. I can't fucking find it for the life of me. Bro, Jay Huss has something in his daily duppy where he comes up and what does he say? What does he say? I cannot find it. Saying
Free Jay Huss.
Jay Huss. Right, how can I not find it? Didn't want to stop till the cruise went in. If you want to, bro, what's he say? If you want to conquer them, then cause a division. Yeah, no, it's only when you're stressed you turn to religion. If you want to conquer them, then cause a division.
That's crazy. I don't think I've actually listened to that,
Bro, yeah, he has other bars in there where it's crazy. Where he's like, from an adolescent, I never learned my lesson. If my name was Smith, they'd have to add a Wesson. See my aggression, I left a bad impression. Self-medicate myself through my depression. Bro, he's
the man. I love Jay Huss.
He's one of the greatest minds in hip hop, like modern hip hop. Like the way he thinks, the way he executes, like the way bro, like his albums. Yeah, you just like.
I actually didn't know him. Like I didn't see him first. It was through Mostack. Have you heard of Mostack?
Yeah.
So Mostack would shout out Jay Huss, and because I like that fucking that melodic shit, And then he would shout out Jay Huss heaps, and then once I fucking, there were some songs on there like Did You See What I Done, like all those ones, and fucking after that, even the project that he just dropped, like fuck.
Yeah, but even like some of the songs in that where it's crazy, the intro where it's like the guy on the phone like talking to him, it's like his best mate, like what the fuck, bro. Just I don't know. And he has other songs where like the Daily Duppy and stuff like that, where he's just
feature.
Yeah, bro, that would go hard.
Feature.
That would go hard.
Nah. One day.
But yeah, bro, he's one of the goats,
yeah,
like
bro.
In the modern day. Now
that bar's solid though. Straight up, it's right.
Yeah. That's what it just reminded me when you were talking about that. It's like it's 110%. And a lot of people, bro, I don't know, it's hard. I'm the same with Ancestry, like a lot of British, but bro, at the same time, right? So like say if I have a kid and I go to Azerbaijan for a week, the kid's born there. Technically that kid's got Azerbaijani blood.
Oh yeah.
But at no point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, so I don't really like with my English side and Scottish side, I'm not intact with it because like it's so far down the line,
Yeah, that's how it works. Like it's just gonna be like I wouldn't be surprised if because my missus now is Māori, and her mum's Aussie, so
Yeah.
half. Once we go down the line, I have the feeling that obviously it's up to the parents and it's up to us to like sort of teach them like Māori and Samoan stuff. But like, I just have a feeling, G, that like it's gonna get lost. You know what I mean? And fucking who knows? It would be Chinese like five generations down. They wouldn't even think that they were ever Māori. You know what I mean? But
well, we haven't seen it, bro, because we haven't been able to travel. People haven't been so access,
like
such access to
interracial
travel.
couples and all that. Yeah. It's a new thing, eh?
I can get on a plane tonight, go to China.
But we're gonna be merged. We're pretty merged now. You know what I mean? So just talking about that blood stuff, we're pretty merged now. See, I don't think that. See, I can't come out and I feel. Oh, this is for me personally. I feel like I can't come out and be like, bro, give my land back. Like it's not my land. I'm part Irish. I'm part English. That's not my land.
Yeah.
I helped take the land. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just me personally though. I don't think I have the right to come out and say that. Because couple generations down, we're gonna be even more merged. And really, it's only the people that look brown that are gonna be like, really like, I'm Māori and I'm brown and give me this back. But what happens when none of us look like that? And we're all just caramel. We're all just caramel. Like, what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
It's because of my caramel skin. Like, it's just, I don't like blaming other things for
Your circumstances.
now. I don't. I always used to though. But yeah,
Same, bro.
I always used to. But now I'm at the point where I'm a bit older and I don't want to blame anything. I don't want to blame anyone. Everything that almost everything that happens in my life is in my control. And the things that aren't, fuck, just let it do its thing.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Beautiful mindset to have. But also, it's a beautiful way to go about life, going like everything is a direct route of myself. So if something good happens,
Oh yeah,
I'll take
definitely.
credit. If something bad happens, I take responsibility.
Yeah, bro.
Same
Hard.
way. Yeah,
Hard.
I've somewhat fallen into that thing, bro, because I've been a big boy my whole life. But like after year 12, so what, like 2018, 2019. Yeah, graduated 2017. I blew up to like 155.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd make all these excuses of why I wasn't going to the gym. You're like,
Yeah.
you're just fat and lazy, eh?
Yeah.
Like there's no,
Obviously.
and
Yeah.
like, bro, just make all these reasons
man.
up.
I'm the
Pinpoint
worst,
this-
bro, because my missus is sort of like, fuck. She make excuses, sometimes for like
Yeah.
people, and then I'm just like, nah, they're just making excuses. They need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But I know that sometimes there's like health stuff and that, that people go through, where it's like it makes it harder.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, who cares if it's harder? It's harder for everyone in every aspect of their life for different things. You know what I mean? But that's still not an excuse not to go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the music scene, you could say like Italians they're not really making that much music, so it's a bit hard it's going to be harder for you, but just go do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no excuses, bro. I don't think there's really any excuse, to be honest. There might be one that, someone might say in the comments and be like, oh yeah, well, I was treated like this in my life and da-da-da. Because I know a lot of people use that trauma stuff that's happened in their life to treat people like shit. I'm like, bro, you don't have to.
Yeah, a lot of people
That doesn't
live in
make
the past.
sense. Yeah, they're like, oh, it's just because I something like this happened to me and it was really bad, and that's why I talk to you like shit. It's like, no, it's not, bro. You just talk to me like shit. Like, you can't blame your
Just a
fucking
fuckwit.
trauma, bro. Like, you can't blame that shit. For some certain things, like, yeah, maybe. Like, sometimes I get a bit anxious, and that's because growing up I was just always like, there's experiences in my life where I've been anxious, but I choose to be anxious. It's an excuse, you know what I mean? Like, I could easily just, in my head, because I think the power of the mind is like, fuck, it's way too, it's a real thing, the power of the mind.
I know a lot of people are here for an interview, but we're just going to have a conversation.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Bro,
sorry.
I'm not, fuck it, bro, fuck it. So I've been running, right?
Yeah. That's crazy. Fuck, I hate running.
Love it.
True.
No, I don't know. I like finishing in the run.
Oh, yeah. No, that's good.
So when you're done and you're like, so last night, Ben in the other room, bro, he's like, that was his second or third run with the boys. I've been running for a few months now, but in September I did 140 kilometers by myself.
Fuck, 140 kilometers. When?
Yeah. In September.
September. Fuck.
And bro, this is what I say about running to people.
Your knees hurt?
I just don't say anything, bro. It's my fault if I get injured. It's my fault.
Yeah.
It's also my fault if I complete a marathon. Like,
Bro, congrats, brother. That's a fucking accomplishment, straight up.
Yeah.
I love hearing shit like that.
and bro, like I've got like, I'll be real. I've got most of my mates like back running if they weren't already. There was only 2 other mates that I was running with at the start.
Yeah.
I'm not even running with. We're just telling each other we're running and logging on Strava. But now, like, I've got like 10 to 15 mates doing it as well.
Yeah,
Because I
that's
kept
mad.
posting on socials every time I ran.
Yeah,
But,
inspire people. That's what we're put on earth to do. Inspire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Create and explore, inspire at all costs.
Yeah.
But like,
Wow, fuck, you got everything, bro. It just comes like that, eh? Sorry.
No, fine. Yeah, trust me, I'm not. I don't know. Some things I got logged, ready to say, and then some things it just comes. But with the running, bro, I always say to people, it's not about the run. It's about like the first 2 kilometers are really shit. So once you push past that, you get runners hide around kilometer 3. That's like just proven. Then from kilometer 3 to like kilometer 6 or 7, you're pretty cool. You can do 5Ks easily. You're done.
True.
Like most blokes, like
That's
in our
hectic.
like weight range. Like even me, I'm still 125. Like
Yeah.
but bro, like once you hit like kilometer 6 or 7, and then you go towards 10 or 15. Like my furthest is 15. And then I was saying to them like, bro, when you push 110%, you think about like from right now, from where we are in Penrith, 15 kilometers is almost Parramatta. Like,
Oh, is it?
or Blacktown.
True.
If we were to run in a straight line, 15 kilometers is like,
Yeah, that's wicked.
yeah, fair
That's
hit.
ages.
Yeah, bro.
Is it?
So 15 kilometers is
That is-
like,
Yeah,
maybe not
15
Blacktown,
kilometers is
but
ages.
it's definitely right through the heart of Mountie. So yeah, 110%, bro, hour and a half of running.
Yeah.
But I was like, every time I ran, I reinforced to myself that I am who I say I am. And then also that my brain, you dig in every time and you learn something more about yourself.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Even
Yeah.
starting the
I
run,
love
bro,
hearing that.
you get like, you know it with the gym, because I see you post your gym stuff and you're doing like the burpees and stuff like that. Fuck, burpees, I can't think of anything worse, bro. See what you said about running? Burpees to me, bro. Yuck, get it out of my face. But yeah, every time I ran, even when, not even the 10 kilometer runs, when I do a 3 kilometer run, but to go for a run that day, I was fucked. I had every excuse not to. And you still went. I put in my mind, I am who I say I am. And my brain is trying to trick me out of things. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's much more to my brain.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like getting over obstacles. I say that to people about running. It's not about the running. You don't hate running. You hate the fact that you got to fucking push past these barriers in your head.
Yeah, fuck,
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like,
That's so cool that you said that too.
yeah,
Fuck,
and bro, like especially like I know a lot of boys, like luckily that don't like smoke or drink.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't like running. I go, bro, you can run a fucking marathon within a month. You'd be shocked.
Yeah,
like your
true.
body is already in prime condition. It's a matter of you just gotta put your mind to it. It's whether you want to fucking run for 5 hours straight. That's the real question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's hectic.
But yeah,
Yeah, your mind those times, and it's not even just like that example you use for running. It could be for anything, eh?
Yeah.
Your mind's telling you like it'll just come in. That's why when people say like your biggest enemy is yourself, they're fucking right.
Yeah.
Like that's your biggest enemy. Like your mind is just gonna come in and tell you like you're not built for this, or you're not good enough, or you know they're gonna laugh at you, shit like that. And you either take that and you just say nah, fuck off, or you hear it and you're like nah, yeah, they're right, and then you like fold up in turtle mode, you know. And to be able to, that's why when they say have a strong mind, the power of the mind. So if you have a strong mind, you could tell your mind like, nah, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do, you know. And that's what you've done on that run. So it's like fuck yeah, that's hard.
Bro, that book Meditations over there. It's about that. It's
Oh,
just
straight up?
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism. But it's just about like how you manage the mind. The one in the middle. Yeah, the meditation. Yeah, he's like yeah, bro. The Alchemist is a good one. It's about the journey and the War of Art. The War of Art's gone because it just talks about. It's perfect for like hip hop and stuff. It's about the hardest part about making art is sitting down to make art.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it is. Yeah, true.
It's the idea of
That's hectic.
everyone loves like the shows, whatever. But in reality, if you tell yourself, the same goes for this, right? Like, I have like a saying for it, but the War of Art, it talks about like the block of making art, and it's like people make it when they feel like it, and then their whole life is just in black patches of form. But for those who stay consistent, if they tell themselves they're going to do it for 3 hours, they do it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Even if nothing comes of it, they did it for 3 hours.
Fuck yeah.
Something will come of it eventually. You know? But yeah, bro, I'd always tell myself as well when it comes to like in my head with all this managing a full-time job as well, on top of like running 2 brands and then, doing all the other shit in my life. I always just tell myself like, say I wake up for like at 6 a.m. on a Saturday to go for a run. When I went to bed at like 1 a.m. editing podcasts, I just say like, cometh the hour, cometh the man.
That's fun.
And you just go.
No one has a fucking excuse.
Yeah,
no one has an excuse.
You just go tell yourself, bro, cometh the hour, cometh the man. Like if you're nervous about something, because I get anxious about shit. I don't tell anyone. No one would really pick up anxious in social settings, but I get fucking mad anxious. But it's a matter of like, just cometh the hour, cometh the man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you go step up to the plate, and if you fucking, because every Sunday I write down my week, like pretty detailed, like all the shit I need to get done from like personal life to
that's mad.
Brand stuff, like business, all that, everything.
Oh, you'd need to though with all the shit that fucking you got to do, eh? Damn.
Yeah, otherwise I'm all over the shop trying to do like 10 things at once.
Yeah.
So it, like compartmentalizes it all. But bro, if I write down on the Sunday before, knowing I'm going to something on like an event on the Friday night, and then I got a fucking packed Saturday, and I can only see like 5 a.m. to like 7 a.m. I haven't got anything on. I'll just go. Yeah, I'll go for a run even if I get home at 1. And I'll be at the bottom of my street. It'll be freezing. I'm in a hoodie, and I'll just tell myself, come with you, man. Turn on my phone and fucking run.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. It just helps. I'm only
like.
The other thing, you probably relate, like you're 23 or 24.
Yeah, 24.
Bro, you just, like at some point you just go, fuck, I gotta grow up, hey.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
That happened to me this year a lot. Last year it happened a bit. Like I was like, I'm 22, need to get my act in order.
Yeah.
My mum and dad got married at 22. And then when I hit 23, I was like, I'm 23, bro. Like I'm not like 20. I'm not like a dead.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like just fucking around anymore. Eh? Like I'm
Yeah.
a proper adult.
Yo.
I've got to talk to adults. Like
fuck yeah.
operate like an adult. You know what I mean? Pay all my
Gotta
bills.
start thinking like one.
Yeah.
Not even thinking like one though. Thinking better than one.
Yeah, 110%. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I want to ask you about a few things, but before we just talk about life, because we could do that for hours. Don't get me sucked in here, man, because I was fucking sit and talk about shit all, especially social issues, bro. Because I can tell your mind, the way it operates, is you see things and you analyze them, and then you spit them back out with your own perspective.
Yeah.
A lot of people see things, see what other people say about them, and then just regurgitate that.
Fuck, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a compliment.
Yeah, no, but it comes out in your music, right? Like, Vent was a big reason. Even Mr. If I Don't Got It, I'll Get It. Yeah. That's another one where it's like, I like, you're an individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's easy to fucking go say like, fuck that, like fuck this postcode and fuck that postcode. And like I'll drill him, I'll drill that. And like I've done this, I've done that. It's easy to do that shit, man. It's hard to actually sit down there and be like, here's my personal issues, or like here's like something I struggle with, or you know
hard.
what I mean?
I get you. Yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah, you nailed it. But bro, low key, you have a mixtape out there on SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, I do. Oh nah.
I listened to it yesterday, bro. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, 110%.
Damn. Gotta fucking delete that shit.
Yeah,
I gotta go put it on private or something. Oh, Let the Story Begin. Nah, fuck. I thought you were talking about another one. Nah, I love Let the Story Begin. Fuck. Solly. How? Yeah, I love that mixtape.
What a producer.
Fuck.
The way his mind works. He'll be our Rick Rubin.
It was even the experience, because Hal got me down here and we were just in the studio at Sony and we were just fucking creating, bro. And then like making that mixtape, it was just like, okay, we'll create the song, and you can sort of hear it. Like it's not like the proper structure really of songs and that. It's just like us going, okay, what do you reckon? Do we need to put more here? Nah, sweet. Okay, move on. And we go do another one. And it built. Solly's fucking talented as, bro. Like
he's nuts, bro. He's nuts producer.
He's nuts, bro. Like him. Working with him over the first, because I think I met him the same time I met Hal, not like met but like in person, because Hal put us together, and then I met Hal, fucking flew down to Sydney for the first time, anxious as, legs shaking, recording and that. But yeah, Solly, bro, he's the man.
How did you feel when you flew down to meet Hal for the first time?
I was nervous, because big expectations, I just wanted to make sure like, I'm myself, and that he fucks with it, but also that I fuck with him as well. Like, so like we're a good match, because you can just tell by the vibe, Like, fuck, look at us, bro. We're just fucking we're meant to have like, we're meant to stick to the thing, but we're just like talking. You know what I mean? But that's what it was like with Hal. And then his mileage in the game is just sort of like, he's got a crazy resume, and then so it makes me respect him even more, because it's taught me so much. Like, I would have never learned a lot of the stuff that he's taught me if I didn't join the team, and he didn't ask me to join the team. There's just heaps of shit that but with Hal, I was just nervous I was just pretty nervous. I just didn't want to like fuck up or anything too. I was like, fuck yeah, I want this deal. I fucking want this deal.
With for those listening, with Hal, I've mentioned him on multiple podcasts, but it's hard to describe him as someone similar in the UK, but like Wiley, right? So take away like Wiley's music where he loses his head and he's just making crazy shit.
Yeah,
Wiley's like the godfather over there. He's the guy who did it first. Anyone could contact him if they needed to about like ideas. He put on a lot of people. He was one of the first guys to put on drill, and he was like the grime connoisseur, which is like a big thing, right? Like the genre that took over grime, he was the first to like go, this is a subset of grime.
Yeah,
we should pay homage to it. It's street hip hop.
Yeah.
How like I see in a similar light of like just the amount of music he knows, the amount of people he knows, like the way he judges music as well.
Yeah.
Like he don't give a fuck about hits.
Yeah, right.
Bro, he gives a fuck
Yeah,
about what are you
straight
addressing? What do you want to talk about?
That's why we get along.
110%. And so like for me, bro, even the first time I met him, which was when I interviewed him, it was kind of nerve wracking because you're sitting with someone who's so well articulated and so well spoken, and you're like, how can I make sure this conversation flows and that I'm also picking up what he's putting down? Because you're trying not to get like too caught up with what he says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say something, you're like, holy fuck, this could change. That changed my whole perspective. Whatever.
Yeah.
I got to keep this
He's
conversation.
just dropping
going.
gems, bro. Hey?
Yeah.
Bro's always dropping gems.
And the fact he's done it, which makes it easy. Like, especially I'd imagine for you as an artist, it's like he can say everything he wants, but then when you say coolism and they've won awards and shit, like, oh, you've lived it as well.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect combination to like have as a mentor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy person to have in your corner, man.
Yeah. Love that guy.
Yeah. You think about like hip hop as like a boxing match, and you go back to your corner every time you release something.
Yeah,
and, like, it's how
it is.
bro.
Yeah, fuck. Bro, you've got all the metaphors. It's all the fucking mean like lead ups, bro. Yeah, so right. Like, I'll go to him. We were just talking about this yesterday, actually, and you know, there's a respect there in the relationship that we built where, you know, usually if someone was gonna say some of the stuff that he said to me, like about the music, could be little things, could just be like, oh, nah, maybe you should just rewrite this part. You know, if it was anyone else, I would be like, you know, who are you, bro? But like, since we've built a relationship and I respect in his vision and that, you know, even if I do disagree with something, like, I'll still try it just because I respect him so much, you know? And I'm like, it's just that humbleness, like, if someone's already done it and is more well versed in the area that you're trying to do, you know, you just listen, bro. Even if you disagree, try it, and then afterwards, you know, always be straight up and just be like, fuck, I'm not really feeling it, eh? Yeah. But how's the type that will just be like, oh, okay, if you're not feeling it, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not the type that's like, you're not gonna fucking sell any hits unless you do this. Like, he's not that type. You know, he always says, you know, as long as it sits all right with you, then it sits all right with him. Then
yeah, that's mad.
Bro, he's the man, straight up. But yeah, like the corner thing, bro. Fuck yeah.
It's mad, bro. I come up with that on the spot, to be honest.
Yeah, but you're sharp.
I was happy with that one. Now, timing comes along, and that did like pretty well.
Yeah. Fuck.
And Quarantine and Preach also.
Yeah.
Preach is, bro. We spoke. Fuck this. I think we already spoke about it on here, but Preach, bro, that's one of my favorites.
Sure, brother. Preach was one of the ones that I sent Hal before I dropped it.
Yeah.
So when I first started, you know, after I rapped on the Fez thing, and then me and Hal were talking, he's like, oh, I still remember too, because Hal goes, oh, do you have anything else to send me? And I sent him Preach on that, and fuck, I don't know, like, long story short, I'm here, you know, so he must have heard Preach and be like, fuck. I remember he was like, yeah, bro, that's mad. And then that's when we started talking, you know, properly. Yeah. And yeah, but I told him, like, he knew that I was going to drop Preach anyways. Like, I didn't want to hold off for too long because I knew it would take ages, you know. Who knows? Maybe if I waited, Preach probably would have, like, it would have been different for Preach as well. But yeah, it was just at the point where I just wanted to drop Preach.
Bar is, eh?
What is it?
Nipsey.
Yeah.
This
Nipsey bar. Yeah.
Like, fuck, what song did you mention? Nipsey.
Yeah, G. And that's why when I went over to LA and that, I wanted to go there to his hood and that. Yeah.
With Preach, do you want to tell people like what it's about?
Preach. Fuck, I haven't listened to it in a while, eh?
Do you want to get some lyrics up?
yeah. We'll get some lyrics
that'd be
up.
good. This is like the
I'm the worst, G. Like, if you ask how, I'm the worst with lyrics, G. Like, I don't know how my shows are going to go soon. Like, I need a... If I want to remember, like, Preach or something, I'd have to listen to it, G, like, probably, like, in a row and just listen and just be like, oh, okay, so that's how the song went. Because I just create so much, G. And it's like, I've got so much demos and that where I sort of, when I make something, I just move on to the next thing and just forget about, not forget about it to the point of, like, forgetting, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, just to keep going, you know?
Bro, did you ever see like Eminem once forgot like one of his bars and then people got up him and I was like, there's no way.
Oh yeah, but look at the catalog, eh?
Bro, the catalog that guy has and the way, like, I'm not an Eminem fan. Like, I am. I respect like the 8 Mile era, but like last 5 years couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, nah, not
just my opinion.
Too.
But like
just spinning.
Yeah. But like, bro, like for him to remember that all the time, you just think your memory must be cracked.
Oh, bro, because people think that we're sitting there listening to ourselves, like.
Yeah, it's like
I don't listen to myself.
Once I edit it,
I
hate listening to myself.
How am I going to remember that song? I don't listen to it. You guys do. like I don't listen to anything that I put out, really. Unless it's like, when you really listen to it, it's when either I just drop it or, this is for me, when I just drop it, or when I just make it, and then I'll listen to it like on repeat. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. And then after that, But yeah, I actually didn't realize that. Yeah, I'm not sitting out here. I'm not one of those guys that plays the songs in the car, you know?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, someone will play my song and I'm the type that's like, shot, bro. And I'm just like, fuck, change it. I want to hear something else.
Bro, I'm trying to find the lyrics for Preach.
Oh,
Juwan, here we go. Is Preach on there?
fuck, bro, actually has to get my lyrics up. Fuck, that's quite embarrassing.
Fuck, I know, I can't find it, eh?
It's quite embarrassing. I don't even think the lyrics are up there. Trying to remember how it starts. Bang, bad beats, bros, bang for the hood. I was no slave to the hood. Wanted to be made for the hood, but I can't. I see bigger pictures. Yeah, fuck. That first, the music video, bro. So the music video, the church that was in, have you ever seen like Bridge to Terabithia?
No.
It's a Disney movie, G. So Bridge to Terabithia.
Rings a bell.
Yeah, it was like pretty old. And then, but it was filmed over there in New Zealand. It's a fucking American movie, so I always buzzed out. I was like, fuck, that's crazy. But the church that I did it is the church that was in Bridge to Terabithia. So if anyone's seen like Disney, like Bridge to Terabithia, fuck, that's the same church that's in the movie. So when I heard about that before I went there to film it, I was like, yes. I was a bit like anxious though about swearing in there because I say like one swear word, I think. Yeah, I say like one swear word and preach, and I say it in the church. And I was like saying, but it was like, fuck, what was the bar? It was like something like grew up going to church.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at the battles, the fucking battles that I fought, some shit like that.
Yeah.
I forgot the words. And that, I told them, like when they were doing the video, I was like, have that, when I was saying it in the church, have that in the video. Not hating on any religion or anything, not being disrespectful or anything, but I just wanted that because that bar was about me growing up in church. And I was at the point of where I was, bro, growing up, me and God have like a weird relationship, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is where my people thing gets in because I get conflicted because I'm like, fuck, you know, Māoris and Samoans, we had our own gods, and then the colonizers came over and, you know, bashed us and gave us Christianity, you know, so I get conflicted with it. But then I grew up going to God. I grew up in a Samoan church, Christian church, and I go to a Christian church right now with my missus. Her parents are pastors, and I do believe there's a God. I just get conflicted with, like, you know, with the way my mind thinks. You know, I'm always analyzing
Catholic
stuff.
school, bro.
Oh, true.
So yeah, for myself.
And do you feel like you'd analyze it a lot? You know, because when you
I have my own thoughts on it all.
Yeah.
But I don't really. Yeah, I think religion's equally as bad as it is good.
oh yeah,
You
definitely,
know what I mean? Like
definitely.
it offers hope to a lot of people.
Yeah,
But it also is a main cause of a lot of wars.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, bro.
But it offers
Yeah.
hope to hopeless people.
It
so,
does, bro, and it fixes people too. I've seen it fix
Yeah,
people.
bro,
You know,
boys, we'd know.
Bro.
But beyond that, the other thing I have learned watching rappers is some of them grew up in church and got beat by like people in the church.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mark Hunt, bro, his story is his dad was like the pastor.
Oh
His
yeah,
dad would
fuck.
beat
And
him.
Samoan, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely would have got hidings.
And then like,
But-
my dad's generation, where it was like private school, private boys' schools all the time, but they were Catholic and stuff.
Yeah.
You'd have the priests and like whatever the fuck the rest of the guys are called.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
bashing kids, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah.
bashing them. And like
Samoans were bad too. I think they're still bad, over in
Yeah,
Samoa. I
and-
think they still bash them.
Right, and then you like, and then so like, yeah, it creates this, and like maybe it's something you felt in like a different evidence, but similar way. It was like the belief of like, is there a God when all this shit's happened to me?
Oh yeah,
And this
Yeah,
is what,
yeah.
and like all this shit, like not for you, but for other people, it's like all this shit happened because of like the church.
yeah.
Is there really?
I
like,
think-
is this suffering necessary?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think with me for that song, it was more so just like my nana. So my nana, when we grew up, I was living in Australia. Most of my life I lived in Australia. So we'll say that now just for people get confused. But being in the Samoan household was my nana and my papa. So besides my parents were obviously there the whole time. But besides them, it was mostly like my nana and that, you know, because she was always cooking for us and that, and making us noodles after we finished school, porridge in the morning before school, you know. So they were like the biggest. Her and my papa were the biggest God-fearing people, you know. They're the ones that took us to Samoan church growing up all the time. So when she got cancer and then passed away. Oh, so first my papa got cancer, then he beat it, and then as soon as he beat it, my nana got cancer, and then she died. So after that, yeah, she passed away. Oh, and this is why timing was written too, you know, timing, yeah. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so she passed away, And I was just angry with God, you know. I was sort of thinking like, you know, if God's real, then why does, for a bit of perspective, she was like probably one of the nicest people I've ever known, which is pretty biased saying it because, you know, it's grandma, but like, I'm like saying, no shit. Like, I've never seen her treat anyone bad. My bros would come over. She would give them money when they leave the house. You know, she was like, she didn't have to do that shit. Like, she was just one of the most kind-hearted people. And then I was thinking, for someone like that to go out like that through cancer and that, is God real? So the song Preach is more like the second verse is more like my shots at God. Like, okay, well, if you're real, I went to church growing up, and now look at all the fucking things that I went through personally, and then look at all the things that, you know, why did she die for that, you know? And then the first verse is about all of us killing each other. Like, you know, like all Samoans and all that and Māoris and that killing each other. Like, if God's real, then why do we think like that? But now, you know, even just talking about it, I'm thinking like that's like more of like a government thing. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy, but I think it's a government thing. I think, without getting too much into the fucking tinfoil hat stuff, I think the reason why our people fight each other like that is because big corporations and that pushing that through us mentally, you know, so all of us think like that. And not relieving any accountability. I think we do a lot of the stuff, you know, but it's the mental effect that everything from the movies that we watch to the music that we listen to and all that, I think that all plays some sort of part, you know. Yeah. You can't just blame the fucking music or the movies though. You have to take some fucking accountability, you know, and be like, nah, you know, you shot at that dude because you're a fucking dickhead, you know. But I just think everything like that plays a part, and then that's like a government thing. I don't think it's really a God thing, you know, and I don't think cancer and that isn't really like a God thing as well. I think that's a man thing as well, you know, diseases and shit like that happen. Now that we're just talking about it, that's just the way that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that's what Preach was about. It was more so just like my shots at like, you know, God, like if you're real, then okay, why did this happen? Or why does this happen? Yeah, you know what I mean? And like my rebellious side, I guess. Yeah, my religion, because you know, religion's a tough thing to talk about. You know, and I sent it to one of my bros that because I was going to Destiny Church, and I was real close with the bro Bills, and he's a battle rapper. So he's a rapper. He grew up in church his whole life. He's from South Auckland, but he's a battle rapper. He loves rap, bro. And I made some songs with him, and when I made Preach, I sent it to him because I wanted to hear what he thought about it, you know. And he loves God, bro. Like, you know, he's a soldier for God. But so me sending it to him, I was just like, bro, I was like, you know, I know it might test the waters or something, but I just wanted to see how you felt about it because this is what I'm thinking now. This is how I feel. He was like, bro, fuck, you got to put that out. That's how you feel, you know. And it's an important subject, you know. Yeah. And I've got heaps of other like family in that, people that like don't like God, you know, they mock Christianity and that, so they all agreeing with it. Yeah, you're so right. Fucking. Yeah. But that's not why I wrote it, you know. I don't want to disrespect, you know, churches and shit. I just wanted to say how I felt. Yeah. But yeah, that was a reason.
I don't know, bro. I find myself, like, personally, I'm very spiritual.
Yeah.
Very much the universe. But, like, bro, I lost, God rest his soul, so there was, my brother's 4 years older.
Yeah.
And then, so obviously as a young kid, I'd go to, like, all the footy and training, football and all that.
Yeah.
But there was a fella in the grade below him, Matt, who, like, ended up being, like, an older brother to me.
Yeah.
Took good care of me. He passed away when he was 19. So I was 15.
Ah, sorry to hear you.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Nothing you can do about it, right?
Yeah.
But, like, bro, like, as a 15-year-old, and you're like, when, like, my brother's still around, which is amazing, but, like, when someone like that's taken from you, because old age you can start to deal with, because you're like, you had a chance at life. You know what I mean? This sounds fucked up. Over the age of 70, you can go, you had 70 years to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It may not be the best 70 years, but you still had a chance to do everything you wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with a 19-year-old, you're like, what, like, you know, and then people come up to you and they're like, oh, he's in a better place now. You're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And that bro, that shit, true. that gave me the shits bad, because you're implying, like, there's something better than this right now, and there's no way there is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you.
I don't know, bro. And then, like, I'm very spiritual, and religion-wise, I respect everyone's religion. I love the fact that we have different religions, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And people have their own traditions, and there's different things, and it offers people hope, like we said. It gets a lot of blokes off the street. But, like, at the same time, bro, just when people come up to you and say that shit, you're just like, no, like, I actually I might spark you right now. Like,
times like that, yeah.
And that just kind of, I never really got back into church from there.
Yeah.
I don't come from a church family either, so it's not really a big thing. But
Yeah, I get
don't
you.
know, bro.
Yeah, it's more so for me. It's more so just my missus and that. But like, not disregarding. It's not like saying like I just go to church because of them. I think I need church as well. You know, because when I go there, regardless if I'm thinking about how much I believe in God and all that, at least just church is just a good environment, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like you go there, you listen to the songs, the worship, and then you listen to the word. And when you listen to the word, bro, it gives you some facts. You hear it and it's like, oh fuck, and fuck, maybe I'm not using the facts the right way too. Because sometimes I'll hear it and I'll be like, fuck, yeah, I could make some mean money doing that. but like, it's still like good to just go there and just refresh. You know, I mean, yeah.
Think about the church, bro. This, not to be disrespectful in any sense, they have great music,
Oh yeah,
bro. Like if you're a fan of music, bro, church
Oh,
is
yeah.
a good place to go every Sunday.
bro, I love it. I love hearing the
especially
music.
like choirs,
Yeah,
hymns,
yeah.
all that shit, bro. That shit. I've been in like a few services, or whatever. Like going up at a Catholic school, you go to church like once a month.
Yeah, what's that like? You guys go to church? There's like an assembly.
There's a
or-
church on the thing, like a
True.
massive church at the start of so it's like a massive property, and you have a church at the start. Then you have a kilometre-long driveway down it. Like my high school looked like Hogwarts.
True.
So it's old
Yeah, that's hard.
priest monastery, like sandstone building.
Fucking
all
love
that.
it. Fucking
Yeah,
love
and
Harry
the
Potter.
paddocks. Yeah, and then but like,
Fuck.
but there's a primary. So you have a church, primary school down the road, the high school.
Yep.
They're not, the primary school and the high school aren't exclusive to each other. Like a lot of kids go either or. Like don't go to the primary school, but go to the high school, vice versa.
Yep.
But yeah, bro, like growing up, and you go into church and all that, and then I don't know, bro, never really clicked, eh?
Yeah, true.
But I
True.
enjoy songs where people praise, like, you know, whoever they praise, but then also like people who challenge it.
Yeah.
'Cause that shit's fucking, that's where you're gonna cop criticism, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
It's a really touchy subject, eh? Like religion and that.
yeah,
Like
don't fuck with
even
people's
talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Nah, but like, yeah. No disrespect to anyone's religion. Everyone believes in whatever they want to believe in. Fuck, it's all right.
Yeah,
It's
bro,
all
whatever gets you by, man. I'm a
all
big advocate of that, eh?
Yeah, hard.
Like, and yeah, like I said, bro, it gets so many blokes into a better place. Like, so
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not a
bro. Like
fucking
I've
cast
got
judgment.
mates that are they were drugged out and then went to church and fully
Yeah.
fixed and fully. They're actually better now than they were even before the drugs. They're better. Like I'm like, fuck, you're actually like a really good cut. Like keep going.
Yeah. Now, I
Oh,
wanted-
fucking timing. Sorry, timing. I wanted to talk about timing.
yeah, go for it.
Short
Explain to
story.
people what the song is.
So timing is a story about my nana. It's a song about my nana, and it was just like a story of like how we grew up and that. You know, I think I say that in there, the porridge and that, having porridge, noodles and all that. But yeah, it's like what I said before. She was just the one that raised us. But I just want to say the way I wrote it. So I wouldn't know. After she passed away, fucking buzzy story. I gotta tell this story. Sorry, but when she passed away, bro, the same day, I think it was the same day or the day after, I had to fly to New Zealand and do a music video with Sir T. Shout out to Sir T. He's one of like the artists that my dad used to manage. They had a record label back in the day. Fuck, that's a whole nother story. But like, yeah, Sir T and Peter T. Peter T is like pretty popular in New Zealand. He's the one that sings that my baby don't call no more.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool because Sir T, bro, one of my idols that I grew up listening to and that. And then Peter T, fucking another idol. But yeah, so I've had to fly back. She passed away. Next day or whatever, I flew over, did the music video, did all that. I think we hit the studio as well, and then flew back. And then, so in Samoan culture, you have like the body in the house, you know, for like, I'm not sure how much days, but it's like, it's just under a week or something. And the whole time, I didn't actually go and see her body. Like I came back and I just didn't go see her body. Everyone was there, you know, when it's funeral vibes and that. Fuck, the whole house is packed. You got family staying in the house. Like everyone was staying in our house. My nan from New Zealand flew over. She was staying in the house. My auntie from New Zealand, my cousin. Everyone just stays in the house. So we were just chilling, you know, we'd have a couple drinks or whatever. Didn't go to see the body. And then there was one night before her funeral, it was like a church service. So they're going to take the body to the church service, did the service. And we all stood out there. So I'm the eldest out of all my cousins and that on my Samoan side and my Māori side as well, but for my Samoan side. And we all had pictures of her, went to the back lounge where her body was, and we were all singing the song the Samoan song. I forgot what it was called, but we were all singing it, and I just started breaking down, just started crying. And I put the photo down, and I just went over there, because this was the first time I actually like sort of you could say it was the first time I actually took it in that she was gone.
Yeah.
You know, and I went over, sat next to her, and all my little cousins all just like kept singing, put the photos down, and just came over and like sat next to me, all holding me. You know what I mean? It was like the time where, fuck, I'm trying not to tear up, bro, but it was like the time where I first took it all in, and then all my little cousins, like, they kept singing because they knew their job, like, you know, sort of knew their job, but they knew to come over and like hug me, you know, and just like sit there. We're just like staring there, like I'm just bawling my eyes out, just looking at my nana. And I'm like, fuck. The reason why I want to say is because that's a memory that, so I think it was like a couple of days after that or something, I was just in the garage and I was just drinking by myself, and that's how I wrote Timing. But the reason why I told you that story of the coffin and that is because that's what pushed me to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that helped me write through it. Yeah.
Man.
But I don't think I've ever shared that on anything, eh? But yeah.
Thanks
People,
for sharing, brother.
yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, bro. The grandmother. So I'm blessed. I have both my grandmothers still, not my grandfathers. But like I'm pretty close to them. We go visit them. My nonna especially, man. She's fucking, bro. They're fucking
funny,
both so fucking funny.
Funny, eh?
So my nonna lives in like a place called like, it's like a retirement village, and then next to it is like an RSL.
Yeah.
And fuck, she didn't have her dentures in on Friday night. She lost them. And I was like, fuck, like, do you want to go get a beer? She was like, nah, I can't. I don't look good.
Oh,
She's just taking the piss out of me, bro. And I was like,
Yeah.
are you sure you don't want to get a beer? And she goes, no, we'll go next Friday night. I need my dentures in and shit like that.
Yeah.
She just takes the piss, bro. She's a funny woman.
Wow.
But yeah, bro, like the connection of like a grandson with a grandmother is like very special.
Yeah, hard.
Because then
Definitely.
they're obviously like a caretaker, but they're not like parenting you. They're
Yeah.
just there to like support
You only get like the good sides, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hey, like at least with a parent, you know, you can get angry at a parent. You can have bad sides, you know, but it's like grandparents and uncles and that or aunties, they just come over, pick you up, you know, and then when it's all good, they leave, you know. When it's all bad, they're not there.
Yeah, but also I see it with so I'm an uncle now. So I see it with my parents being grandparents now.
Yeah.
And bro, like my
Oh,
nieces.
yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. It's like me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
See
it's
the
like,
same shit, bro.
yeah.
It's like, how come you didn't treat us like that? Fuck, like, bro,
No, it
the kid
makes
could
me
fucking
happy.
draw all over the walls and they're like, oh, he's so cute. Fucking hell. Bro.
Bro, like it also like it makes me happy because it reminds me of like my happiest memories in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I remember like my happiest moments, and I'm seeing of like with my grandparents, I should say, and I'm seeing my nieces like live that right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go to grandparents, they do whatever the fuck they want. Like,
Fuck yeah, that's
and
crazy.
Me and my brother, like, they're Zeals. Like, bro, they can do or say whatever they want. Like, they have us on a string. Like, they drag us everywhere around the house, whatever. Like, I remember being like that with my uncles and aunties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, kind of refreshing, but yeah, bro. Other songs I want to talk about. Mister, if I don't got it, I'll get it, and I get it a lot. Now, bro, I wanted your most creative bar, I think, is in here. Bro wants Money in the Bank, WWE. He don't mind if he's catching a case.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, you like that one?
Oh, right. At first, I'm listening to it, and I go, "What the fuck's he mentioned WWE? Obviously, like the bank and the case and shit." And then I fucking remember like that. It was like, what was it? What was it called? The actual match. Holy
Fuck, now, even I forgot now.
Isn't it Hell in a Cell? No.
No, I forgot now.
No, it might have been Hell in a Cell.
Oh, was it? Was it Hell in a Cell? I don't think so.
No, because sometimes the money was attached at the top of the cage, and then sometimes there was no cage and it was dangling down. Because I remember Jeff Hardy jumped off a fucking ladder, or Edge speared someone. Bro, crazy memories. But I remember that.
Oh, I'm glad you like that one, G.
But and then you obviously go to like, to me, the song comes across as you talking about like how you've ended up who you are.
Yep.
Would you say that's pretty accurate?
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Where did the inspiration for the song come from?
Fuck, I was listening. I fucking hope I don't fuck this up. I know for the hook, definitely. I think it was just, it was funny. We're actually going to do it as a freestyle for someone. Yeah. I don't know if I'm meant to, I don't think I can say the name, but like we're meant to do it for a freestyle. And then we decided not to do it. And then I was saying, just make it into a song. And then I was like, yeah, because so instead of two verses, it was a whole one big verse. And it was Mr. If I Don't Got It was only like a part of it. And then Hal's just the hook man, bro. Hal he'll see something and be like, nah, that has to be the hook. Yeah. And it's like, and I'm like sitting there like, are you sure, bro? And he's like, yeah, it has to be the hook. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. That's us. And then we started writing. So it was only that one line. And then we started writing. I just wrote that hook. rest of the hook, and then fuck yeah, and the verses just got cut in half. Like for me, it was exactly what you said though. Like I wanted to prove like, okay, this is the person that I've become like right now, you know, and I wanted to. Because I love my freestyles, G. Like I love just being able to just go, okay, this is who I am. Like I think we just done one in fucking New Zealand, and I was like, my way of being like, okay, this is who I am now. And how said something to me too. It was like, be prepared. This is gonna be like your reintroduction to New Zealand. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, they got me all fired up. You know, freestyles and that I love. Like I feel like for me personally, it's easy as to write like verses and stuff like that. When it comes to like proper songs, it's a bit harder, which is weird to say too, because I always think like, fuck, but I wrote timing, you know, and I could write songs like that. Preach, I wrote, you know, like, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel way more confident with freestyle. So that was actually a freestyle, but yeah, you're right. That was, yeah, basically just me coming out and be like, this is who I am.
Same with something to prove, eh?
Yeah. I got a lot to prove. Fuck, I'm sitting there like, and I've had so much breaks in my career, bro. Like, you know, it wasn't just me making music for that whole 13 years. It was like me making music, and then I'd fucking let life get in the way. And I'd jump back on, and then life would get back in the way, you know, and the inconsistency, it shows, you know, it shows. And I always tell like any of the boys in that start rapping, or anyone that's asking me for advice as an artist, I'm always like, oh, not even just the artist, but everything else, but like,
start with consistency.
Consistency, bro.
Just start with that.
Yeah, bro.
Out, bro.
Consistency, because you don't want to end up like this, bro, fucking restarting and trying to build it again, you know, after years of doing it. And that's why I think a lot of people know who I am, but the numbers in that don't reflect it, because it's just like I was just inconsistent.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Happens. Now, Ben, how long have we been going for? Hour 50.
Hour 50. Fuck. Is Hal still there? Is he asleep? Fuck.
He's getting ready to present with Dolly Parton.
Holy fuck.
Shout out Hal, man.
Hour and a half.
We'll wrap it up
Hour
soon.
50.
So I wanted to ask you something that I think people would love to know. Projects, any in the works?
Not allowed to say too much, but a lot of music coming. A lot. Like fucking heaps. Like this is probably, and it's like how we were talking about before, how I feel like I get better and better and better. Fuck, it's definitely just going to be my best stuff ever. Lyrically and sonically, just as projects, you know. But yeah, new music, obviously. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm meant to say. Yeah, I'm allowed to say.
Open the door.
Not really used to it. Open the door. But yeah.
Now, this is my other question. Which rappers inspire yourself? Whether it be style, lyricism, or energy. Who's inspired yourself?
Growing up, it was...
Who's inspired Juwan?
So that rapper Sir T I was talking about, him, my uncle Nooms and all that, because they all rap together in the group. My uncle Dills and all that, you know, all the Shore Syndicate, those guys, they're all from Beach Haven in Auckland. And them... I feel like I have waves, because I was talking to you before, I was saying, you know, Big Sean and J. Cole and all that. Now, like, when I don't really listen to them that much, I feel like now that the Aussie scene and New Zealand scene is just so packed, like, I just listen to local artists, either them or UK artists, G. And then if I listen to American artists, weird, I don't really listen to conscious stuff. Like, even though I make conscious stuff, I listen to, like, the auto-tune stuff where they're just talking about, like, fucking roading around and just, like, shooting each other.
See, well, you obviously listen to Nipsey. That's conscious.
Oh, yeah.
Do you listen to Skepta?
But that's like his album came out like years ago. Like he's been gone for how long?
Yeah, still banging, but
Yeah.
what about Skepta?
Not really.
It's like "Bullet from a Gun" by Skepta. Reminds me of your timing song and your style. So "Bullet from a Gun's" like talking about, bro. He has the fucking. This is one of the mantras I live by. So like, in life, bro, no matter what happens, my non-law, he passed when I was 18. But like,
sorry to hear.
Nah, thanks, bro. But like with non-law, he lives such a crazy life. Like, geez, back and forth from Italy, blah, blah, blah. Like, everything I am an embodiment of him in a sense. So like fuck, this sounds so nuts to say out loud, but like I have been here before. You know what I mean? I have 80, he lived to 91 or 92. I have 90 plus years of knowledge.
I don't think it's nuts to say that. I agree.
You know what I mean?
I fucking agree with that. Yeah,
like, because my non-law would pass things down to me, talk to me like one-on-one all the time. So even like say 80 years of knowledge, right? Like there and then. So Skepta with "Bullet from a Gun," he's talking about like, it's not your girl, it was just your turn. But then he goes into like a more meaningful part, and I want to make sure I get the lyrics right.
Just your turn. That's a crack up one.
Bro, so it's not
your girl, it's just your turn.
Yeah. So like, like a bullet from a gun, it burns when you realize she was never your girl, it was just your turn. But yeah,
that's wicked.
bro, he has these things where
crazy.
he goes, this part especially because I found like I have a family crest and shit like that. Like, so like the name Falky means like a lot to myself, right? It's my last name. So anyway, it goes, I was a young boy. My mum told me what my name really means and the power just kicked in. I found my way home. Then I saw my granddad's name on the gravestone, the same as mine, already dead, nothing to fear. I've been here from time. So, bro, when you talk about your grandmother and whatnot, that shit reminds me of that. It's obviously delivered in a different setting, but like...
Thanks, because that's fucking hard.
Yeah,
that
bro.
is hard.
But, bro, like the way he delivers things is like... Yeah, he's a bit more upfront, but he also has the same idea as yourself there. And I was like, maybe you got inspiration from that type of shit. But bro, that's my favorite. Like,
that's crazy.
Arguably my favorite bar of all time because I relate to it so much.
Yeah, that's hard.
Like I like my nonno's grave and whatnot. Like, you look at it and you're like, fuck, like I've got all this knowledge from this man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's crazy.
I
agree with that.
It, you know what I mean? I just got to make sure I use it properly to be a good person.
Fuck yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, I was gonna ask you. Like UK artists besides Mostak, who you mentioned earlier. Anyone else?
Digga D.
Yeah.
Digga D definitely.
Bro, he gets conscious.
My whole most of my playlists is probably Digga DA to be honest. But Digga D, Dave at times. I'm not really like I love what Dave does, but like I'm not really like I don't know if you're gonna ask me about like all his albums and that I don't really know.
Yeah,
like Digga D's probably the main one that I listen to over there.
Do you listen to Naughty by Nature?
Nah,
it's a good one. That's his album.
Oh, true.
The one where it's got like him in 4. It's like the evolution of Digga D is like the cover. It's
and it's got Nah, I think I have heard some songs on there.
Yeah, the intro is talking about like how his grandmother took him in at 11, and by age 11 he's been like a nutcase.
Fuck.
And he's just bro, he's great. It's good. Like Digga, a lot more thought out than people give him credit for, I reckon. Yeah, because he makes such like drill hits and like pop hits or hip hop hits.
Fuck, it's so weird that you said that, because like I always think that it's always like a father figure in someone's life. You know, he got taken in by his grandma. It's usually young men need a father figure.
Yeah.
Like when they don't have a father figure, that's when shit goes rampant. Like all the whack stuff starts happening. You know, and that's not to disrespect like young mothers and single mothers and stuff like that. Like, because I know a lot.
Just biology.
They do a lot.
Bro.
Yeah, it's just we need like a man. Like I'm grateful that my dad was there, but most of my boys they didn't have that. You know, and you could see it in their behavior. You know, when certain things happen. You know, but we talk about that. You know, a lot of the boys that know me, we always talk about it, and they're like, "Yeah, G, agree." And they say the same thing to me. They're like, "Bro, you're so lucky your dad's there," and I'm like, "Yeah, G, I know." Like straight up, it would be way worse. But yeah, just wanted to add that because that's what it reminded me of when you said that about Digga.
Yeah, bro, it's just proven like you need the balance of energy. Like,
You
need female energy, you need male energy, you need role models. Especially as a young man, bro, you need role models.
Oh yeah, bro, hard.
You need like someone to look at and go, I want to embody what you embody plus some. You know,
because that's when we start latching onto other males for like random males like rappers like Tupac and all that. I'm not saying Tupac's a bad one, but like, gangster rappers.
Yeah.
That's when we latch on to people like that and we go, okay, since we don't have a father figure, these guys are going to teach us.
Yeah.
And what do they say is cool, you know what I mean? They say, go out there and fucking fuck shit up, and that's why we do it. It's all a mental thing,
100. Anything else you want to add before we jet?
Fuck nah, just thanks for having me, G. I've actually enjoyed the convo, G.
Bro.
Straight up. I knew it was gonna be like that though. I knew we were just gonna fucking talk, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a nightmare trying to clip shit up, Like keep shit fucking structured and get clips out of it. But thanks for hopping on, brother.
Bro. Yeah,
where can people
brother.
find you on like socials?
Juwan Music on everything. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Juwan Music or Juwan Vivo. We got Vivo now, we made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
That's mad.
Yeah.
See you next week.